ที่สุดของความขี้เกียจขนาดมาเที่ยวยังขี้เกียจออกจากห้องสุดยอดไปเลยจ้าวันนี้เราจะไปดูวานตื่นเต้นมากโอเคก็เหมือนเราเริ่มที่นี่ทุกวันเลยเว้ยแต่ว่าเราไม่ได้ไปรถไฟวันนี้เราจะไปบายแคมป์
The next stop is Circular Quay.
อันนี้ก็คือถ้าดูแล้วซึ่งต้องไปขึ้นตรงไหนมีที่แถบไปละเห็นคำว่าวาร์ฟนี่ไหมมันมี6แล้วก็มี4 3 2 1คือมีเยอะมากแล้วฉันจะได้ไปไหมวันนี้เพราะว่ามัวแต่ถ่ายฉันควรไปหาเรือก่อนเท่านี้แหละคือว่าตอนนี้เราซื้อทัวร์มาจากออนไลน์เว้ยแล้วพอมันมาถึงมันชื่อบริษัททัวร์ไม่ตรงไม่ชัวร์ต้องมาถามลุงก่อนโอ้ตื่นเต้นมากแต่ละอย่างที่เจอวิ่งจากไซเคิลขี่มาจนถึงหาบอดาริ่งได้so far so good ขอบคุณที่ซ้อมวิ่งมานานตอนนี้อยู่ในเรือแล้วค่ะเราเรือออกโอ้ my god เหนื่อยจนไม่มีแรงจะพูดเลยกินลูกอมก่อนโอ้ my god เดี๋ยวมีเพื่อนมานั่งรวม
12 directly in front of us is Go Island. So 12's in front of the boat, 3's to our right, 6's to the rear, 9's to our left, back up 10, 11, 12 being directly in front of us. So using that clock spotting system, we're going to point out some points of interest today. We're also going to use it to point out the whales as well. These entire four whaling vessels there, folks, during the season they go out and after the whales here directly opposite the coastline. Elsman, and then folks, 11 o'clock you've got out on these fire those cannons every day at 1 o'clock for symbolisation of time, and all the ships' captains.
ที่ค่อนข้างไกลนิดนึงถ้าเกิดเราลงทางที่เป็นรถไม่มีทางไปทัน
Two humpback whales just popped up to the surface. Now just hang where you are, folks. Don't panic. We've still got heaps and heaps of time. We'll be with these whales shortly, but just letting you know that there you see the blows up there directly in front of us now, folks. At least 2 whales there. So keep your eyes at our right-hand side here, guys. Now, folks, if anyone is on the boat and can't get a view when these whales are up on the surface, at the moment the whales have just gone down for a dive, folks, but if there's anyone that can't get a view, you're more than welcome to stand, to let one of the crew members know. Don't just sit there in silence, let one of us know, folks, and then we can come around and arrange to get you a good spot so you can see, folks. Now, just here on our right-hand side, folks, we have a couple of humpback whales. So Alex is thinking 2 pods of 2. I just saw the whales as we're arriving. So folks, just Want to keep your eyes and your cameras up here at the right-hand side of the vessel. Now, I totally get it, folks. Every single one of us today wants to come out and see one of these whales launching itself out of the water and putting on a real show for us. But, folks, it is important that we understand that these whales, I can't control their behaviour. I haven't got a magic wand or a red button to press and all of a sudden these whales erupt into performance. Now, I know that might seem a little bit funny, but you'd be amazed how many times every day I get asked that, folks. Why can't the whales jump now? Or why can't you control what these whales are doing? I can't do that, folks. We've got humpback whales here that are on a really long migration, folks. Thousands and thousands of kilometres long. And, folks, we're dealing with wild animals. One thing that's pretty relevant these days, though, is we do live in a very touch-screen society, folks, where when we want to see something, we Google it and it's there in front of us within seconds. But it's important to realise today, folks, even though we're right off the middle of the Sydney Harbour Heads here, that we are out here dealing with wild animals. So these whales are going to do what they want to do today, folks. It's just really important, though. The one thing that I will say is that when they do jump, if they jump, I can't control that, but if they do decide to do something, folks, it all happens exceptionally quickly. So the one thing that I'd say is just want to keep your eyes and your cameras up today, folks, because if something does happen, unfortunately there's no pause button. So you just want to make sure you're just continually looking out over the water to maximise your chances, guys. Now these are a humpback whale that we've come out to see today, folks. The humpback whale is a baleen filter feeding whale. Now what that means is they haven't got any teeth. In the front of their mouths it's a fingernail keratin type material. It's just like a giant sieve. And the main food source of the humpback whale is the krill. And every single year they return back down to Antarctica to go and feast on that krill, which is located beneath the ice. Now, to give you a bit of an idea of size, a fully grown female humpback whale will get up to 16 to 18 metres long, anywhere from about 35 through to about 45,000 kilos of weight. So 35 to 45 tonnes, 16 to 18 metres long. Now that's for a fully grown female humpback whale. Now the male humpback whales aren't as big, folks. A male humpback whale will get to about 12 to 14 metres long, anywhere from about 25 to 30,000 kilos of weight. Now folks, this is quite normal. The humpback whales come up to the surface to breathe, they then go down for a dive. Now this dive can be anywhere from about 4 through to about 8 minutes. Oh, really close here, folks. Just behind us at our 5 o'clock. Keep your eyes out. Right-hand side still, folks. There they are, back up on the surface here now, folks. Okay, make a bit of noise, folks. A bit of clapping, a bit of cheering here. We've got 2 humpback whales right next to the boat. I can see this one just down beneath the surface here, folks. You want to make a bit of noise. Clapping, cheering. Get yourselves involved. Now, just keep your eyes out here. They literally would be right next to us here, these humpback whales, folks. Right next to us on the right-hand side. So, just keep your eyes and your cameras up here. One of them went for a steeper dive, the other one didn't dive deep. So I don't think they're going to be too far away here, guys. Want to keep your eyes and your cameras up. I don't think they're going to be far away at all. Now, when these whales pop up the next time, if they're right next to us, guys, you want to really get yourselves involved with the noise a little bit more. I'd sort of rate our noise level there about a 1 out of 10. So we need to really have a good go, because what we can do is we can tweak, we can't control their behaviour, but what we can sometimes do is tweak their interest, folks. So, and when they get interested in us, that's the best humpback whales, because they get really inquisitive, they come around and check us out. Okay, just up in front of us there, folks. Make sure you hang on, really close. One o'clock, guys. Okay, keep your eyes out here, 1 o'clock. just beneath the surface there, folks. You can actually track that whale just beneath the surface. About to pop back up now. Back up on the surface here now, two guys. Back up on the surface is our two whales, folks, 3 o'clock. They're still just there beneath the surface, folks, at 3 o'clock. Keep your eyes out. Just about to pop back up to the surface now. I'm just tracking one of them just beneath the surface there, guys. Keep your eyes. 3 o'clock. About to pop back up now. Surface here on our right hand side at 3 o'clock, guys. So much luckier this time. This whale is spending a lot more time up on the surface than it initially did when we first got there. Keep your eyes straight here to our 3 o'clock, guys. A chance that it may well do that, folks, but as I said before, something that I can't control. These whales just do what they're going to do. But this whale today is absolutely utilising its surroundings with the southerly current and that bit of southwest wind to help make its journey to the north. Now we've been watching whales going north here off Sydney since about the middle of May. So we're right, today's the last day of June. These humpback whales, we're getting towards the end of the northern migration. Usually the last whales to migrate north are the pregnant females. There'll still be whales. We also do whale watching out of Merimbula down the south coast, and we've had this week, each day there's been pods of whales seen coming north. So there's still, and it will take about a week for the whales to get down there to here, guys. So still, we know there's still plenty of whales coming. But what happens is you don't get quite the numbers of whales coming past Sydney every day. Here we go, back up on the surface here at 3 o'clock. Now I talked before about the size of the female humpback whale and then talked about the size of the male humpback whale. We then have the young calves at birth, folks. So a young calf at birth can be anywhere up to about 3.5 metres long and about 3 to 3.5 tonnes of weight, folks. Depending on each individual calf will be different. But that's like the top end weights that I've just given you, folks. So 3.5 metres long, about 3 tonnes or so of weight. And that's why the female humpback whale is so much larger than the male humpback whale, because the female humpback whale, one, has to be able to grow that calf inside of her. That's the other whale. So there's one just down in the water that's actually closest to us as well, which is just looking like it's about to come back up to the surface here now. So both the whales are just surfacing at slightly different intervals there, folks. The one that's surfacing now is the one that's dived down a little bit deeper, and the other one's just beneath the surface there, just slightly closer to us. Yeah, so the female humpback whale will be 10 to 15 tonnes heavier than the male humpback whale, just for those exact reasons that I've just explained to you about growing the calf, giving birth to the calf. Once they've given birth to the calf, they then have to raise the calf. Now, humpback whale calves, folks, are born up in the warm tropical waters. So each year, these humpback whales complete a migration. It's too cold for them to remain year-round in Antarctica. Antarctica is where the feeding grounds are for the humpback whales. Now this humpback whale here can't spend all year down in Antarctica because it's just simply too cold, the ice freezes out too far, and their food becomes a whole lot less, accessible for the whales. So they migrate north, and here on the east coast of Australia, our breeding and birthing grounds are up at the Great Barrier Reef. Here we go, coming back up here now. So these whales, these two whales that we're watching here on our right-hand side, folks, are en route right now to the Great Barrier Reef. There's two coming up.
So when you're looking at these guys, the humpback whales, they are a filter feeding whale. Filter feeding whales have two blowholes or nostrils on the top of their head. They, like cows, don't have family groups. And the other thing about filter feeding whales is they do not have teeth. In the top of their jaw, where we have our top teeth, they have long triangular baleen plates. Now, baleen is made out of keratin. Same material as your fingernail and hair. And the bottom of those plates have bristles. There's an array of them, they overlap. And how they feed is amazing. Think about, and their mouth and their pectoral fin or side fin is a quarter of their length. When they're mature, say take a male 15 metres, those pectoral fins in the mouth have grown to a third of their length. So 15 metre whale, 5 metre long mouth, 5 metre right hand pectoral fin, 5 metre left hand pectoral fin. And how they feed is amazing. They feed on large, dense swarms of krill, a small crustacean like a shrimp or a prawn, and large, dense schools of small schooling fish. And what they do is they open that mouth at more than right angles. Now think about it, 5 metres up, 5 metres down. Okay, that's going down for a while. The steeper dive, we call it a peduncle, a fluke down dive because it didn't put its tail up, but it's arched its back more. That usually means it's going down. Now, this is the other one. Now, this other one did a fluke up dive earlier. Now, how they eat is amazing. They open their mouth at more than right angles and charge into a huge school of fish or swarm of krill, close their mouth around the krill, squeeze the water out through those bristles in the bottom of the baleen plates and gulp the food down whole. Now, they don't chew it, they don't have teeth. And the fish have to be small. Even though they're a big animal, their throat is only the diameter of your clenched fist. So any fish have to be small. In other words, Jonah might have ended up in the mouth and spat out. But I want you to think about the resistance of your hand. Sorry, the resistance of water to your hand as you drag it through bath water. Try and picture the resistance of a big bucket 5 metres up, 5 metres down and about 3.5 metres wide. Massive resistance. That feeding lunge is the single most expensive thing they do in their life in terms of energy expenditure. So they need a massive amount of food in one mouthful. Otherwise, they're using more energy than they'd get back and they'd starve. And the only place they can get that on a regular basis is in the southern hemisphere, is in the rich, productive waters of the Southern Ocean, richest up to the Antarctic convergence at about 60 degrees south. Same deal up north in the northern hemisphere. So what they're adapted to do is feed up over summer, reach maximum weight, leave Antarctica to head up north. And the reason why they're doing that is, like us, they're warm-blooded.
Folks, Alex has seen a couple of splashes up to the north there, and I'd say it could be well and truly in reaction to that ship. You see there's a Navy vessel coming down to the south there. So just keep your eyes out there. I'm going to keep my eyes up there, folks. If I notice it, we'll go straight up. But we'll just get everyone to keep a bit of a rough idea, a bit of an eye out. What may also happen is the whales that we've got here could respond. Now, I'm not saying definitely, but they could respond. Those Navy vessels often use very, very high frequency sonar. Our whale's just up on the surface. You can see there in our 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And it's just sometimes enough to spark a bit of interaction with these whales. He's also seen a couple of splashes out on the horizon here at our 3 o'clock too. So just want to keep your eyes out, folks. Fair way out to see those saying. So you just want to keep your eyes out here. Right hand side. I'm just hoping that we might get a slight change in response just with this ship coming down, folks, from our 2 whales here. or if we notice one that's been repetitively active up to the north there. Let's have a go with our noise, folks. Let's see if we can't tweak the interest of this whale. Yeah, really, really close, folks. 3 o'clock.
ทำว่าทำไม่เอา
Okay, guys.
Why? Come on!
Guys. Back up to the surface here, folks, about 3 o'clock.
เอา
Come on!
ตอนนี้ไม่ได้ถ่ายคลิปแล้วแต่ตกno โอ้ยก็เจ็บมือถ้าคลิปเดียวก็คือไม่ต้องตกใจค่ะเอาเวลาไปบุกมืออยากให้แกมาด้วย
That ship's approaching pretty quickly there, guys, so just keep your eyes and your cameras up here.
ชอบกดหยุดวิดีโอตอนที่น้องโผล่มา
The reason we sometimes get a response from the whales with the Navy ships in the area, guys, is that those Navy ships have got very high frequency sonar that they're using. Now, the humpback whales, being a baleen whale, don't use sonar for navigation. They're basically born with an inbuilt knowledge of how to migrate to their breeding and birthing grounds, but they use low frequency noise to communicate to each other, so they'd be using that as a guide to sort of migrate, but they'd also be using big seamounts along the way. A seamount is a rocky or an isle. It's basically a mountain, a set of mountains on the ocean floor.
อ๋อ
Really close here, folks. Make your noise. Really, really, really close.
ฮัลโหล โคตรใกล้เลยอ่ะ อยู่ท้ายเรือแต่มันไม่น่าจะถ่ายได้ กล้องมันซูมไปไกลเกินกว่าที่น้องอยู่ Hello Come on baby Hello how are you สวัสดีค่ะ
There you go, folks. That's it. Make a noise. 3 o'clock.
Hello Come on baby
still just sitting just beneath the surface there at 3, folks.
Good afternoon สนุกมาก โอ้ย Good afternoon ไม่มีรูปไม่มีอะไรเลย เป็นความรู้สึกที่แปลกดีว่ะ
Okay, keep your eyes out there, folks. 3 o'clock. This ship's just about to go past us. Whales are just beneath the surface. I can track them along there beneath the surface. Just hoping it might spark some sort of response from these couple of whales, folks. As I said at the beginning, it's something I have got no control over, but I am hopeful for you guys that these whales do fire up a little bit here. Guys.
Come on, baby.
Just beneath the surface there, you can actually track the whale there, guys. 3 o'clock.
สำราญชัดกว่าวัน
อย่างนั้นเห็นหางก็ยังดี
หมุนกล้องผิดด้าน
Up again, folks. Well, the albatross is flying over the top of the whales there, guys. 2 o'clock. Here's our whales back up on the surface. Then, folks, we've got the 2 migrations up through South Africa, east and west coast of South Africa up to Central Africa. Up in Central Africa is the breeding and birthing grounds there in that migration, folks.
Just following on what Skipper's saying, you've got there's some beautiful geometry here. As the southern hemisphere populations are swimming north from their summer feeding waters to their northern winter breeding waters, The Northern Hemisphere populations are doing exactly the same thing. They're swimming northwards from their summer feeding waters above the equator to their feeding waters in the Arctic Circle. So they do not cross the equator, and fast cycle, and they'd arrive up in the Arctic waters in midwinter and they'd starve. So we've got distinct northern and southern hemisphere migrations because they do not cross the equator. However, there are two exceptions to the rule. There is one population of the east coast of the American continent that does a loop around the Dominican Republic on the equator, but there is also a very unusual population in the Arabian Sea, specifically the Gulf of Oman, which doesn't migrate. It's a static population which is attracting a lot of interest from research because every other humpback on the planet has evolved to migrate, and there we've got this stationary population. So very unusual animals, lovable animals. Now, as I said, these are filter feeding whales. We also see they're a bit more furtive minke whales. They're the smallest filter feeding whale. Then you've got another one called both at once. Okay, that looked like a down from the furthest one. Then we get another one, other filter feeding whales called brooders or brides. Very infrequently we see sei or fin whales, and even more infrequently blue whales, the largest creature that has ever lived. We hear reports of one or two a year off the east coast here. The other main family of whales are the toothed whales. That includes the dolphin family, the delphinids, the largest of which is the orca or killer whale. This boat's actually from the south coast, and its smaller sister vessel was lucky enough to see a pod of 8 killer whales in Merimbula on Monday. Very lucky indeed. In fact, I am jealous. The largest toothed whale is the sperm whale. Now, if you look to our 4:30 now and went 20 miles, there is an undersea mountain out there called Browns Mountain, and there's often a pod of bachelor sperm whales lurking around out there. Now, the big differences between the toothed whales or Odontocetes and the filter feeding whales or Mystocetes is the filter feeding whales have 2 blowholes or nostrils. The toothed whales, like dolphins, only have 1. The filter feeding whales don't have teeth, they have baleen filter plates, whilst the toothed whales, like us, have calcium teeth. And the toothed whales also have tight family groups, matriarchies, with you'll have an extended pod with grandma at the head, and they do know their father's name as opposed to the filter feeding whales.
Three o'clock, folks. Just about to pump back up. There we go. Folks, it's time for us to start making our way back towards the heads. So we're going to have this up with the whales here, but let's give them a massive round of applause. We've been lucky. No heroics from the whales today, folks. Certainly no heroics, but what we have had is regular ups from these whales. They've just been very, very cruisy. After that first dive, there's one of the whales that's literally spent the entire time just beneath the surface. So that's been really, really, really good, folks. So what we're going to do now, folks, is start angling back up towards Sydney. But if we notice anything exciting along the way, we'll stop and have a look. We're just here off Dy Head at the moment. So keep your eyes out on the whales as we start to spin the boat. And folks, we're going to angle back that way. But as I say, if we see anything exciting along the way,
Now.
big albatross there on the left, folks. You can see out on our left-hand side. It was splashing there, guys. Keep your eyes out. Just a bit like at 12:30.
12:30
I reckon we're getting relatively close now. Dolphins, folks. I wonder whether it might have been dolphins that I was looking at splashing, maybe not a whale, sorry. Definitely something was splashing quite heavily, but keep your eyes out here. Big pot of dolphins just coming up, guys. Yeah, it could have been a whale. The splashes look much, much bigger than dolphin splashes. But keep your eyes out, guys. We'll just slow down so everyone can have a look at the dolphins here. Just keep your eyes out. 1 o'clock. Mind if you come and swim down the sides of the boat here, guys. Oh, here they come. Yep. Here they come. Now, they look like big dolphins. False killer whales here, folks. That's what that splashing would have been.
Wow.
Simon.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Jump.
Yeah, I think they are. Males are much
It went up to the cow.
Wow. Oh!
It's really cool here, folks. False killer whales is what we've got here. They're not the dolphin family, not quite as large as a real killer whale. It's funny, people just mentioning killer whales there before, but these are a false killer whale, folks. Right next to us. Right next to us there. Awesome. One of them just jumped out of the water right next to the boat. Very cool. So these are a fish-eating dolphin, but they'll eat larger definitely larger species. Not quite as aggressive as the killer whale. With a very rounded face and top head. Geez, I'm really, really stoked that we've actually come across these on the way back in, folks. So technically, yeah, awesome.
Wow ภาพจำคือโลมาตัวเล็กน้องไม่เล็กด้วย
Right, if you've had a good look, let one of the people who hasn't had a good look.
Sorry, you can have it.
No, that's okay.
It's not an everyday occurrence, folks. I haven't seen any conflict this season yet, so this is my first sighting this season, so it's not like we come out and see these ones every day. Very, very
Oh!
very, very cool.
Very, very close. เกียรติ
You're very lucky, guys. I've been watching whales for 25 years. I've only seen these so much. Once every couple of years.
Wow. Oh! Oh! พอลุงบอกว่าเราโชคดีเราก็รู้สึกโชคดีใช่ไหมโอเค
See this? I'd say they're
มาพรุ่งนี้มาอีก นอกจากอยากให้แกมาด้วยก็คิดอะไรไม่ออกแล้วว่ะ
Down the left-hand side, we've got can code. Whoops, oil.
H
Operation and Miller's Point. We'll round up Goat Island and run part of the South World.
ส่งแล้วทีมดูบ้านเรา คือถ้าจะเห็นหน้าเลนเป็นน้ำที่สุดก็คือไม่ต้องแปลกใจละตอนนี้คือหน้าเลนมัวมากเป็นประสบการณ์ที่ดีมากๆอยากให้แกมาด้วยยังก็ไม่เห็นอะไรสักอย่างเลยกล้องมัวเวอร์แล้วก็นี่ก็คือทั้งหมดของบ่ายโมง15 2 โมง15บ่ายโมง15 2 โมง15 4 ชั่วโมงกับการ1 วันแล้วก็ตอนนี้เรากำลังจะมาถึงท่าเรือที่เราไม่มาถึงตั้งแต่ที่แรกค่ะแล้วพูดว่าอะไรดีวะขอบคุณตัวเองที่ถูกตัวนี้มาแล้วว่าท่าที่ดีมากแล้วถ้าไม่มาวันนี้ก็คงแบบไม่รู้ว่ามันมีอย่างหนึ่งที่มันแบบเป็นเหตุผลในการมีชีวิตอยู่ของเราได้นะเว้ยใครจะไปรู้ว่าวันหนึ่งเราอาจจะไปดูวาฬกไปกับบริษัทนี้แต่จะจำใส่ใจไว้ค่ะว่า King Street กับไซโคราคีที่มันเป็นวาร์ปเหมือนกันอะมันคือคนละที่จ้า King Street วาร์ปโอ้ยก่อนเมื่อเช้าวิ่งมา15 นาที ถ้าเกิดเป็นเมลเบิร์นก็คือฉันไม่ได้ไปอะค่ะรอบนี้ซิดนีย์ใจดีกับเรามากๆเลยค่ะมันก็จะมีป้ายบอก King Street Wharf ที่ 6 แล้วก็จะมีบอกว่าเขามีกิจกรรมอะไรที่อันไหนกี่โมงแต่ว่า ฉันไปผิดที่แล้วก็ไปบูลลี่เขาว่าโดนสแกมเมอร์หรือเปล่าเพราะว่า ไปถึงไม่มีเรืออะไรเลยไม่มีคนเลยอ๋อเฉลยไปผิดที่จ้าได้ก็ได้มึงเมื่อเช้าที่เราวิ่งเลยใช่ไหมเราก็เห็นร้านหนังสือนี้โดยบังเอิญรู้สึกแบบมันน่ารักอะเราจะไปทำการลุกอารากันค่ะน่ารักชื่อว่าไทเทอร์
Try to remember what I wrote, and you just laugh. We better have a talk, think it might last until it's dawn. When the camera
เราก็ยังไม่รู้ว่าหัวขบวนมาที่ไหนคะตอนนั้นเราขึ้นจะไปสุดพอเราก็อยู่ขึ้นมา
Redfin Extra, change at Redfin for T4 Illawarra, and Cronulla services, also change for T3 Bankster Line services to Lidcombe and Liverpool.